Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here bringing another Company for Us to replay brought to you by Massive Invasion. If you want to send in your own replay, you can do so via my YouTube channel, either from the link of Facebook or my Gmail account. And if you don't know how to, look up how to send a CH2 replay. We are on the map, what is this? Arhem Checkpoint. I think I have not been on this map, or it's been a long time. One of the two. In any case, Mass Invasion is OKW. Warden OD is a Soviet player. And let's see what he went. Okay. Warden has the advantage by far. But we shall see how it goes. Yeah. But nice to have a 1v1 after a larger 4v4 game to try to spread things out, equalize it, not try to have the same, 4v4 craziness over and over again. But yeah, so let's see. You're pumping out Volk Squad Stern Pioneers. Okay, that's fine. That's reasonable. It's OKW. I think the patch is going out later today, if I recall correctly. So I'm trying to do a bunch of replays before the patch comes out. Hopefully, I can get through some. This one looks pretty. Hopefully, this one's pretty good. Hopefully. Warden OD picked Terror Tactics. I like this doctrine. I really do. I find it doesn't have a lot of suitable means to kill armor, but it's amazing at killing infantry and fortifications of types. Fear Propaganda is great for holding back enemy territory. Yeah, that's a highlight. Shock Troops Close Range Killers is a highlight. And probably the KV. Yeah, the KV Heavy Tank, because it just burns everything away. Another highlight. Soviet player went some conscripts. Now, I haven't seen that many people in the I guess the hours I've played after the recent hotfix really spam MGs anymore. I feel like that kind of tactic has pretty much died. So we shall see how that goes in the future. Not saying that necessarily that tactic was bullshit or couldn't be countered, but if you're an OKW player, it was very, very difficult to counter. Because you didn't have necessarily an upfront mortar really quickly, nor did you really have a way to really kill a lot of MGs or really get through. Kubels would get destroyed, a lot of stuff would. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Allies really don't have that either, but hey, they have a Bren carry with a flamethrower, and the Soviet and the, Wehrmacht have pretty much a mortar setup, so they can counter, at least the MG's subcapacity. Lots of Volk squads. I'm assuming you want frontline infantry. Pretty good. I guess you want to try to hold back the Soviets. We do have the Soviet MG very nicely placed in this building. I do like this centralized location. It's very good because of the fact that there's so many buildings. You put a few MGs in here, you're knocking into many of these main critical points. We do see here that this is cut off, so they need to capture this point. So that is pretty vital. They at least, of course, Massive does have this fuel and he start and capture territory, but the Allied player is definitely trying to speed things up and capture more in a quick amount of time. Why'd you get the MG? Did you switch buildings or something? Oh yeah, you did. You switched buildings. Church is a good location. Lots of windows. Lots of areas for the conscripts to keep firing along with the MG. But here's the problem that the MG currently faces. The MG is only one MG. It can only fire in one direction, which is awesome. That's firing from the top of the church, and I will not say that is not cool. It has to hit from multiple angles, and as you can see, there's multiple units hitting from multiple different directions. This is how you take out an MG, ladies and gentlemen. Simply put, you hit them from multiple angles, you attack from multiple sides, that way the MG cannot focus on you, and you do a lot of damage. Heavy cover is also very, very important. If you have heavy cover, use it, because it takes a lot longer behind this heavy cover for the pretty much Allied forces to pretty much any force to pretty much get suppressed while behind there. Now we do have this medical truck. I feel even though I would say it's too close up, honestly his base is not that far away, so it's not too bad. It might even still be covered technically by the flak, but we shall see. It will at least get him back in the fight, and it's in a decent enough location that he should be okay. I maybe preferred it behind some of the barrels, but hey, whatever, I can't complain. Conscripts and buildings, very nice, heavy cover, and pretty much can own them. Let's see, we have more conscripts, tons of conscripts. Do you have the upgrade for them? Yes, you do. So you have Molotov cocktail and AT grenade, so that'll make sure that you're good pretty much against anything that Massive throws at you, whether it's MG spam or something along those lines. You can really hurt that infantry. You are capturing this point, which is bad, very bad, because once again, that's disconnecting a huge portion of territory. Ugh. But yeah, my best guess is, okay, so massive went Luftwaffe ground forces. Once again, people love going this doctrine. I don't understand why. I think it's the Fallschirmjägers, but I don't know. I really don't know. We have an MG coming out. I don't, with no cover, I feel like this is a bad location for the MG. Yeah. Very bad. Let's see, what doctrine? Panzer IVs, increased armor. And you have all conscripts. So yeah, honestly, the Soviet player is a lot smarter because with how he uses, I guess, units and how with doctrines, not doctrines, sorry, Boltons, simply because of the fact that all these Boltons are meant to buff up the unit he uses the most. Whereas, although some of these are really nice, they're kind of more sporadic. So that he makes a great fighting force infantry, and as you can see, those conscripts have been leading the way and doing a lot of damage. You ran into your own Molotov cocktail. You're very smart. Wow, okay, I forgot there's this battle group headquarters here. So essentially what that's, wow, okay, you still retreat. Alright, whatever. You could have just kept healing even though he was on fire. It's like, hey man, we're all dying. Can you get next to us right now? It's like, oh god, if anyone remembers the Kids Next Door, those, like, was it the children from down the lane or something? That would, like, literally, they would slide into place to get in this formation. It was really creepy. It's like, are they symbolic? Can they not move? And they started making fun of that later, just like they would like literally they never leave each other's sides. It's really weird. But yeah, so anyway, it's just, I don't know. I find it very interesting the guy retreated. He could have kept fighting, honestly, and he would have been fine. Again, the more men he gets, the more low guys with guns he gets, which would help with defense and protecting the MG, which again, not bad until you realize, hey, oh yeah, there's those Hans dead on the ground next to you. But hey, as long as you kept fighting, you're pretty good. Anyway, we can see here again they are pushing up, and the Soviet player does have an MG in this building. Haha, you can hear it. Anyway, suppressing the guy in mid, and looks like he's making an offensive on the right to recapture some territory he lost. He does have shock troops, which unfortunately Massive does not have any means to counter effectively. He could try to whittle it down slowly but surely, and Stern Pioneers can maybe do that well with negative cover, but as you can see, even in negative cover, the Stern Pioneers just get destroyed by the shock troops. Throws a grenade, probably going to kill this unit. Oh, very close. Probably will still kill it. Yeah. Grenades are shock troop grenades are very deadly. And there goes a huge portion of Massive's forces. He does have an MG which could hold, but you need to upgrade it very quickly. Now, apparently this MG is going to be like a central thing with the OKW. I'm fine with that, I guess, but essentially that's really going to make it, so I really don't give a shit about this doctrine any further. Because then I'll just get fortifications. Like, literally, it's just like, if that's thrown out and the only cool things is this is an MG42, I don't care if it's an MG42. Sure, it might be slightly better, but MG34, there's armor piercing ground, exactly what I need. Heavy cover to no cover, so that's why he's staying in the fight a little bit longer. I mean, my thing is don't say an engagement unless you know you're gonna win. It's like, don't engage someone unless you're what are you doing? You know you could jump you don't have to walk all the way around. You could jump the fence, right? Whatever. Anyway, more conscripts coming in. Ooh, what's over here? A boat. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I had this idea and I got yelled at for pretty much everyone. I would love it if they somehow incorporated a watercraft in a Company of Heroes 2. I don't even know how that would be possible. I just want them to use water some capacity. The idea I had would be like use a commander, like a naval commander, and what that would do is essentially use a bunch of specialized sea abilities. I know a lot of maps don't have water, but I would love the fact that if it could, that would be really cool. I know it's the set faction armies, but I don't know. I like the idea of incorporating like naval warfare. The war game, was it Red Dragon, almost got me into that game until I realized that game is completely above like my, like I played that game for about 10 plus hours and I could not figure out the basic mechanics. I'm sorry, that game is just, I want Ruse back is what I'm saying. Anyway, nice job doing a nice cutoff point with the Volks, making sure they couldn't get the munitions and there's some of the resources, cutting off again the Soviets resource. I like this game. It's been a big game of just cutting off resources and doing everything in their power, just keep hitting the enemy, not staying really in one place, but kind of moving about the map and taking as much as possible. I like that because right now, both players are kind of down on resource-wise, so they both need to be very, very smart in how they maneuver around the map, and also how they fight, because they don't have that many forces they can really keep they can stay in one area, and if they do, the enemy player will just go around and take over more territory. So they have to be very mobile on the wow, what's with the stop the MG. Okay, grenade, probably gonna murder that. Oh my god, nice Panzerschreck, but you should pretty much retreat right now. Okay, the smoke is stopping you from seeing it, is capturing the point, and right now the allied player kinda needs it, because as you can see, he's unfortunately already has 100 points down, which is not good at all. That is not good. Now, okay, so we do have the Volks player knocking out the Soviet fuel, once again going around the map. A lot of people forget how 1v1s work. 1v1s are not necessarily direct fights. 1v1s are just these little skirmishes hitting around the territory to try to neutralize the enemy player's, like, I guess, control over the map. And whoever does that more effectively will typically win the game. Nice grenade, doing a little bit of health damage, but not necessarily a lot. We do have this headquarters here. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it. I do like how there is some native cover here and on the sides. But, yeah, my only issue would be the fact that it is more towards the center, and it could be a little bit, it could be a lot worse for it. But that being said, at least it's here, and it should protect his territory, and it will protect his point, so at least they can't decap at these two, which is good. That means the pretty much Soviet player has to focus on this point and this point, which are two far-flung, like ends, which is pretty bad if the enemy has to do that. Now, do you have the, okay, you do have the retreat point unlocked, so all your units will retreat here. That's why you've been able to keep the fight up longer than the Soviet player, simply because of the fact that you have a shorter retreat path and also can heal. Does this have a Soviet player have that healing ability? Yes, he does. Okay, so field infirmary, a lot of people forget this about the Soviets. They have this field infirmary, which has a bunch of female medics around it, which kind of look like Sasquatch. They're kind of hunched over and look kind of weird. Anyway, so the point of the matter is these women will heal your troops, but it costs $250. People are like, oh, I don't need that. That's so stupid. Why would you need that? Well, it heals your guys. And unfortunately, if you have a bunch of men that have low health, if you send them into engagement, they're going to die. So a lot of people forget that, and they'll just use the Soviets like, I don't need that. And they end up, like, paying for it. MG34 with a very nice 2-star ranking. We can see here Obosodan also deployed. Again, I could definitely see some MG34 equipped action going on with these troops, making very good against infantry, kind of turning the tide against the conscripts. We do have an Su-76. This could be very bad. If he uses the, I would actually use artillery on this, neutralize that building, and then run up and try to do like attack ground on this position. He does have a Panzerschreck force, so that could be very bad. And why he's moving up, I don't understand. What? Really? You use it over here, but not on this unit, or whatever. I don't really care. Now, here's the thing. You get in this building. Would this be in range? No, barely that range. You're keeping that unit there. And you're targeting... Oh, my God. Retreat, idiot. I'm going to get a nice shot of this. Very nice hit. Very nice hit. It's like, really? You keep your Su-76 there, you know it's going to die. You know it's going to die. Also, I love how this 1v1 game, I'm getting a steady 60 FPS. It will typically, like, drop and they'll start freaking out, but no, this time it's just steady, which I love. I don't know. I feel like a lot of RTS games, they need to work on improving scale with performance. I feel like that is something they really need to do. Because the more people you have, the worse your performance is, and that really does affect gameplay. So that's something I do want to see in more RTS games in the future. It's just when there are more units that the game can compensate and allow for dynamic performance. I don't know, that's me. I know Halo... Actually, yeah, Halo 5 does that. And that's a console game, I know, but if a console game can make sure it keeps 60 FPS... steady, I don't care if it looks low worse, if as long as it runs better. That's my thing with games. It may look not as great, but I would rather have a great performance than a great looking game. That's why I got upset with Batman Arkham Knight. Oh my god, why are you throwing that grenade? Retreat. Oh, oh my god, that grenade almost annihilated those Soldaten. He is so lucky. Incredibly lucky he did not die. Also, he's incredibly lucky the Volk Squad didn't murder his other shock troops, whatever. Right now, the Soviet player looks to have the advantage slightly. He did lose an Su-85, which put him in a field, deficit. And right now, this player has an Iron Hide upgrade, so I'm assuming that he's most likely going to rush for... Oh, nice Molotov cocktail. He's going to try to rush up for a... whatchamacallit? A Panzer IV, which I could see very good. He has to worry about the conscripts with AT grenades and, of course, the AT gun, along with, I'm assuming this guy's placing mines. I'm assuming that's the case, or maybe he's just not. I mean, you could easily place mine on these key junction points, because then an armored vehicle most likely will go through this area, and they will get hit by a mine. Again, sometimes people forget how pathfinding works in this game, but a lot of people don't have direct control over it, so it's pretty huge. It's pretty massive when you can lead the pathfinding in a way that you know where it's going to go, so you can automatically, like, okay, they're going to go down this road if it attacks this unit, so let's try to make sure that if it does attack this unit, we can lure into a trap. I do feel it's kind of weird. I think they're getting rid of the whatchamacallit, the destruction of the engine with a mine, and I feel that's really bad, because it's like, it's a mine. It's a mine underneath the armor. It should kind of destroy it. Alright, so right now, Massive Invasion is kind of in a pickle right now. That AT gun is hitting the... Why is it hitting the Verkanwerfer? Just hit this. Is it hitting this? Okay, it is hitting this. It's just sometimes... I don't know. So, right now, he needs to counter, and he needs to push up, and he needs to take out that AT gun. Now, there is an MG there, which is a problem, but if he uses armor-piercing rounds, which I know this guy can use it, he should be fine. Now, we do have a native artillery ability, which is very destructive and can do a lot of damage to the enemy. Pretty much, it's great for killing emplacements. It's also good for killing stuff out of range. Also, blobs, if an enemy is attacking you, and let's say they send a blob of forces, this thing will actually do a really, really good job at hurting it. Now, that thing is half health, which is very bad. Very, very bad. And what they need to do is, again, armor-piercing rounds, annihilate this stuff, because right now this MG is actually doing more harm to this other MG, which is why this AT gun is not really being hurt all that much. Also, MG34, you still need to rank it up to get it slightly more effective, which I'm very surprised he's not using armor-piercing rounds. Really surprised. At this point, yeah, he needs it. Now, nice flank with the Volks. Again, we could throw a nice incendiary grenade. Also, I'm very curious. Again, but for those who don't know, the day the patch comes out, I'll be playing a couple games, maybe a live stream, who knows, and I'll be doing my own initial reaction about it, and then make a video on it, of some type. I have a feeling everything will be okay, but I wonder how, without the Volks anti-weapon upgrade, how the OKW is going to do against armor, because that's my only question. You have a KV, which is very bad. It's going to burn that MG out of the building. Burn it out. Do a lot of damage. Wow, that guy's freaking out. Look at all the... Yeah. Now, we do have a Verkanwerfer, which will do a lot of damage. Will he escape is the question. Looks like he will escape. Barely. But he did kill that MG, which is pretty bad. Also, my god, that church is on fire. This is still alive, barely, so that's good. They repelled the Soviet attack, and it looks like they were able to capture some territory, knock out the Soviets' fuel resource, and also capture all 3 stars, which is very good. Right now, the Soviet player needs to capture that territory. The counterpoint also is, although he did lose a lot of troops, he does have a Panzer IV. And what a Panzer IV is good at is killing pretty much any type of infantry. So if he plays right with his Panzer IV, which is, by the way, as you can see, already has armored skirts on, which is why the OKW one is more expensive, it can be very, very good at killing the enemy. And with the doctrine this guy chose, he's not great at killing tanks, so we shall see how that goes for him in the future. Now, if I was a shock troop, I would like run over and try to murder this 5-star unit, because again, that's like a huge, huge issue. Nice grenade. Panzer IV coming up, wrecking some conscripts. Probably should retreat, honestly. You're going to lose that unit if you capture it. Yeah, at that point, it's not worth trying to capture. I love how the shock troops chasing you, and the Panzer IV is like, hey, hold on, buddy. Hold on. That being said, the Volk squad did just die, so, I mean, he also kind of lost it when he should have retreated. And he can't, like, Massive, you can't afford to lose any more units. So you have to be very cautious. That being said, you are playing the overall ground game very well. You're capturing lots of territory. The enemy has more, but you're doing a very good job at making it seem like you have more and doing a lot better with fewer units. Huh. I'm just trying to think of how exactly this could be. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, he has a KV flamethrower, but he can't really fight this. He has an AT gun, and if he moved up all of his units at once, I feel like he would be pretty good. He needs to neutralize his Panzer headquarters, because as long as that's there, the OKW player can get armor. Now, I love how this thing is just rolled up, and it's like, oh no. Here's a little fun fact, ladies and gentlemen. Panzer IV has a really tough time, like, piercing KV armor. It does. I'm not entirely sure why this flat gun is, but whatever. The Panzer IV does. It has a very tough time breaking through that armor. So what do? Well, it's very simple. If you have an overwhelming amount of AT, eventually you're gonna pierce it. Now we can see the Volk squads are moving up. We do have a nice Soviet push over here as well. Wouldn't be surprised if we put the MG over here, rush the AT gun, try to hurt this. Probably should, again, throw an AT grenade on those quote-unquote unit. I mean, like on this unit, because that's what you need. Why do you have 2 engineers? I guess you're trying to heal, maybe? I don't know. We have some... Oh! Fear propaganda. The problem with the fear propaganda, it doesn't hurt units. It just suppresses them and makes them fall back. Guess where they're falling back to? Here. They're not really retreating all that far. It's great on, like, giant maps like Lian Forest, Lazarus Ambush, stuff like that, where they literally retreat to the opposite end of the map. That's amazing. But when the enemy, unfortunately, is literally in an area in which they literally can pop back up in 2 seconds flat, fear propaganda loses its really a great ability of just keeping the enemy back. Now, I will admit... Oh, shoot. You saw nothing. Anyway, I will say that this AT gun's very nicely positioned, pushing back the Panzer IV. These units are being suppressed. Nice job. I have no idea why the shock troops got in the building. I'm assuming for defense. Now, again, he needs to move up. He needs to hurt this. We do have Fallschirm makers. We do have some conscripts, though, that can maybe do some damage. And if this guy would move over his shock troops, I feel like that would be more helpful. Nice grenade, doing a lot of damage to that MG. Conscripts can actually do quite a bit. Look, until these things get upgraded, they're terrible. So conscripts can even kill them. Look. I'm not even kidding. Like, you guys think I'm kidding by when I say Fallschirm makers suck. I'm not. These 3-star conscripts just kick its ass. That being said, we do say the AT gun is about to knock out that Panzer headquarters. The Panzer headquarters is on fire and needs to be healed immediately. Obstadat moving in. Now the question is, will the AT gun last long enough? Oh my god, I might have risked firing. I might have risked consistent firing, try to kill that unit. Oh my god, nice flame, but there's too many high-level units. I mean, oh wow, never mind. That flame is kicking its butt. Go KV. Sorry, massive invasion. I'm just watching the flame. I'm like a bug to a flame. It's like, ooh, pretty. Although the Obstadat just got burned to death. So again, fire, very effective. It's like these guys are just like a bunch of like G.I. Joe action figures that are taking a bunch of like bullets, but they're fine. But you give them, you light that doll, you light the action figure on fire, and it's GG. Unfortunately, looks like the big thing here, and this is the big thing. Warden unfortunately does not have the capability to upgrade to the mechanized company. He doesn't have enough fuel resources. So in smaller 1v1s, it's a lot harder to upgrade. In this scenario, if Massive loses this building, which I feel like it's kind of too close together, honestly, because of a nice carpet bomb, as such, like when the ITO precision bomb strike could damage both. Now, nice kind of blob force, I think. Yeah, sure. You're gonna just fall back, dude. Just fall back with your conscripts. Or Fallship Makers, annihilate them. Yeah, that's why you should have really retreated sooner. I love how it hit the wall and it didn't even hit that unit. My thing is this. You probably should have engaged a little further. AT gun moving back up, but again, okay, I guess you have the Fallship Maker, which is doing quite a bit, and the MG will hurt it and whatnot. Okay, nice kill. You were able to kill that. Congratulations. Now Massive Invasion does not have that armor. He does not have that armor. He does now, however, have this. He has the Mechanized Regiment, which will allow him to get, if it will pop this open. Can I please look at his... This is Soviet. I want to see... There we go. He will get the Puma. The Puma could be good. The Puma could be very good. Not necessarily versus KV, but this SU-76, the Puma could use its speed and this thing's incapability of turning its main turret to really murder these things. Oh my god, the fire effects, my god. Everything's on fire. Yeah, the big issue right now is literally the massive flame area that's literally the unit that's literally burning everything he has. That's currently keeping him back. That's currently causing a lot of damage, and he really needs to somehow figure out a way to really deal with that or kill it, because he cannot keep fighting this engagement with this rate. The Soviet player has him almost 2-to-1 on units, and that is bad. That is very bad. That being said, the Soviet player is forcing off his units here instead of capturing territories. Right now, as we can see, the OKW player has a lot more fuel and resources than the Soviet player. So, resource-wise, one has more than the other, which is good. Oh boy. SU-76 doing what it does best, holding back the Panzer IV, which just got a 1-star, which was Blitz. This MG is gonna be murdered. Now they are pushing up. If this guy was smart and uses artillery ability right here, that would be very good. Very good. Don't rush. Okay, you're rushing up and you're gonna try to murder the Panzer IV, I assume, and that's gonna bite you because all their Volks is gonna do is walk over and shoot you with a Panzer Shrek. Also, SU-76 is not great for offensive tank combat. Really good for defensive tank combat. Very lucky you even hit this unit. Come on, fear propaganda. Okay, not bad. I guess suppress over here. Do the artillery ability. That might be effective. No, you're gonna retreat. That's cool. Whatever. He's moving up. I'm assuming he's put back the headquarters. But now the Soviet player is taking over a large chunk of territory. I don't know. Maybe a Stuka would be good in this scenario. Try to kill some of the Soviet not blobs, but infantry units kind of scattered about. And I mean, like, oh, he killed these two, one shot. Yeah, I don't... Massive, you are definitely in a point where I don't know how you're going to come back from this. I really don't. Nice engine hit. They crit the engine, so that should keep back the KV a little longer. Make it more time to fall back, and more time to heal. GG for everybody. GG for, well, at least everyone on the Axis team. So what's your plan here is my question. What are you going to do? I mean, you have a nice... You no longer have the Superior Soldaten, so you can't really fight the infantry all that well. You don't necessarily have, like, a unit that can necessarily, like, win the game. You have another Fallship Maker, which you deployed. Are you going to try to pick off the conscripts? Is that what you're going to do? I have no idea what you're going to try to do. Are you going to try to win by points? I could see that. I could see you trying to win by points and just like holding back the Soviet player, because at this point I don't know if you can honestly win in a head-on engagement with them. Again, this right now is showing that you need hit and run strikes with a faction that typically doesn't do hit and run very well because of slow, bulky, monotonous units. The best hit and run faction, in my opinion, honestly, is the American faction. They can get in there, do a lot of damage, and get out very quickly. The American way. Fear propaganda, kind of stopping the blob, but kind of too late. They kind of moved out of the area. This SU-76 is probably going to... Wow, it doesn't really die. I really thought the Panzer Shrek would kill it. Balance on side armor. Again, Panzer IV having a really tough time breaking through that KV armor. which, again, could be better. They capture that point. Soviet player in a pickle needs to capture that territory. Honestly, the OKW player needs to capture this. Artillery. Use your artillery here. Thank you. Look how much damage that's doing. That guy's very lucky that it, like, another, like, a turn. Okay, now you pull back. Okay. Honestly, I don't like this doctrine. I really don't. But Massive might be going for a King Tiger. I'm assuming that's why he's saving up fuel, is because he managed to get all three. I don't know why I would pull this truck back, honestly. I think that might be what he's saving up for. I don't know. Unfortunately, you don't get a lot of fuel on this map, so oof. I mean, let me rephrase that statement. He's not getting a lot of fuel because, again, he doesn't have the resources for fuel caps. Warden does. Warden can probably put some fuel caps or munitions points down, and he'll be perfectly fine. Fallschirmjäger doing something. I'm assuming he was going for the fuel, but that kind of backfired for him. Wow, died right from this U-76. Oof. Not enough for I mean, like, he doesn't have enough for necessarily. This is what I mean. That's like, what are the OKW gonna do without the Panzerschreck ability? Like, how are they gonna fight armor? Are you gonna rely on Verkenwerfer spam? Anyway, a nice job again. Panzer IV using its pretty much, I think, better armor at this point. 2-star is higher efficiency targeting, acquisition, weapon accuracy. Yes, I mean, it does have better armor with the armored skirts, which is nice, but it's just making it a lot better, honestly, to engage. And easily beat the Su-76. By itself, the Su-76 can hold it back, but if this used its, like, speed and went around it, it can be very difficult. Night lucky bounce, otherwise this thing might have died. Alright, so let's see. The Soviet player captured the right, the mid, and the left, so the star is a no-go now. Also, why were you targeting infantry? Target armor. Artillery coming in, trying to kill this medic HQ. That could be pretty huge. Why did you place this down? Alright, I guess what you're trying to do is stop them from pushing in. This guy has 3 Su-76s. I can't wait to see how he messes this up. Because, you know, he could move up and constantly use artillery, which is very effective. Su-76s, people forget how annoying that artillery ability can be and how destructive it can. Now, that KV is also the biggest thorn in this guy's side. He needs to somehow kill it. If he doesn't kill it, it could be bad. It could be pretty bad. Su-76 holding back the Panzer IV pretty well. At least he has this, like, mechanized HQ to heal, but overall, Massive, you are in. I'm assuming you won. I'm assuming, which is why I'm waiting to see how you're gonna come back from this. Because right now you are down, and I don't know how you're coming out. Because Soviet player now has a huge veteran army with multiple units in multiple functions. Okay, nice hit, but you're not. You have to start killing units. That's the thing. You keep losing units. The Soviet player is not, which is funny because the Soviet player typically does lose forces. But you need to really start taking them out. Yeah. By the way, that fear propaganda is really annoying. Now, I don't think he can actually retreat. Yeah, he's not retreating here anymore because he knows if he retreats there, the artillery from the Su-76 could be very deadly against, or pretty much murder him. He does have a lot of engineers. I'm assuming he's getting that to keep healing his forces. But with that huge army, he's that pop cap, ladies and gentlemen. Oof. Okay, yeah, he's okay. We can see now what he's trying to do is capture the left and right territory. Dude, rushing your conscripts. You know what he's trying to do. I don't know. I feel like with the he spent 120 on there. Maybe a king might have not been the best. I don't know. I think a king would have been great because Su-76s, oh boy. If you think they're good against a Panzer IV, just see them against a KV, not KV, sorry, a King Tiger. They bounce like crazy. And a KV, sorry, KV, a King Tiger, KT, will pretty much two-shot one of these Su-76s. Will literally just run up and hit it. Nice 3-star. So let's see, that is mobile rate of fire, so that's pretty good. A little bit increased rate of fire. Can't beat that. Pull back before they swarm you and start murdering you. Lucky bounces, I'll say that. Panzer IV, not bad. Surviving a lot longer than I thought it would. More artillery coming in, trying to hit this position, trying to kill it. Unfortunately, though, as we can see, it didn't last long. They recaptured that point as soon as possible. He needs a very good hit. I just don't know what he's going to do, because I don't know how he would necessarily kill all these units. Although he's right now going artillery, which would open him up if, you know, it actually hit. 4-star now. Barely alive. Oh, there goes the Panzer IV. I know he wants to kill it. Honestly, if Ken Warfare probably would have been better. Because then you could just move up, camouflage it, wait for them, and just boom, hit it with a bunch of AT forces before he realizes. He could technically get another Panzer IV, or he could go for a Panther at this point. I mean, it would be like 2 minutes away, but he could. Ooh, I'm just... Here comes the KV, and there's the IL-2 bomb. Why would you call it an IL-2 bomb strike? I'm sorry, I'm just kind of questioning that because you know, never call an IL-2 bomb strike in infantry. Unless it's in your base. Unless it's hitting the enemy base, which, again, I may or may not be the person who calls in bombing strikes on the enemy position. In their base. I may be the person who does the dick move and calls in a Stuka bomb strike on their base when no one's paying attention. That may be me. I cannot confirm. Retreat. Why would you keep that? You should have retreated a while ago. Now he's down to 29. The enemy has 30. I don't see how Massive's going to win this. I don't. Right now, if this guy really wanted to, he could push up and just annihilate all this. I don't see. I like what the Soviet player's doing. He's using his artillery to just knock it out. But I don't see how he's gonna win this. I don't. He can't hold enough points. He doesn't have enough men to hold enough points around the game. It's just, yeah. I don't see. The problem, he's just not killing anything. He hasn't killed anything in so long. And he keeps losing unit like there. He lost more units. I don't think he's gonna win this game. I don't think he will, honestly now. I think he will lose this. And I think he sent it to me because he wanted to show terror tactics or something. I don't know. But there's no way he's gonna win this. There's no way. You would have to murder so many units. And then also the warden guy has so much resources backed up that it's just honestly, I think a Ken Warfare would be amazing, especially like right here to kill this stuff. I think it would be incredible. You have one here, you should have got another one. I like how Soviet player captures one side, he captures the other. He has 3 units in an MG. Alright, for the sake of it, I'm gonna do a little fast forward to see what's gonna happen. Alright, so we have artillery fire. I'm assuming he's getting a Panther. He is. But will it survive long enough? No, it's deploying, but no, he lost it. KV's rolling up, killing more of his forces. It's not going all that well. Oof. Is he gonna lose another unit? Why are you... At this point, you're just like, I'm done. And you retreat. Well, you captured 1 point, I'll give you that. You captured the fuel, resource. I'm doing this because he only has 4 units. It's kind of... You're getting a Puma. Why? 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 A Puma. A Puma? Why? Again, Soviet player pushing over here, trying to get him out of this territory, capture a lot of territory. We have a lot of Volk squads moving up. 200 points remaining. This unit's being pushed back. Finally murders the unit. Again, combined arms, doing a lot. Actually killing some enemy forces. Can you kill the shock troop? No, it still hurts his Volks, but hey, maybe he can do a lot of damage. Why are you making this? Oh my god. At this point, he could have bought a king, which probably would have saved him. It probably would have been GG. This Puma can't pierce KV armor. There goes more of your units. 3-star, by the way. Even when it does hurt it. Wow, congratulations. Combined arms with all your AT and you fail. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, there's no way he's coming back. A Puma, really? It's great for support, but not against heavy armor. It doesn't have the capability to penetrate heavy armor. You should have probably saved it for a king. You should have stopped placing these stupid headquarters buildings. You placed 2 of those. That's 240. You could have easily gone a king by now. I would have absolutely gone with the king because this guy has not got mechanized armor combined yet, which means no SUD5s, which means no substantial heavy armor. He's going to lose it. Yep. And, yeah, that's pretty much GG. KV's gonna come in and just burn everything. I mean... Wow, congratulations. The flat guns are gonna wow, there's no army left. Oh my god. I think I verse war. I got so frustrated at mid-game. I don't blame you. Alright, so I guess that was a good game. I just wonder what this what this guy's strategy was. He kept making this. He wanted a Panther, which is fine, but I don't know. I would have I think a king would have been so much better, honestly. I truly do think a King Tiger would have been better. Also for Ken Warfers would have really helped you GG this game. Anyway, Massive Invasion got more damage than Warden, 45 to 42, but Warden definitely got more kills. 218 to 148. Again, positive KD for a Soviet player. Not exactly the best thing. Not the best thing, exactly. Because, again, typically Soviets are negative KD, or barely even. But yeah, that's 1v1. I'm actually surprised he lost. Did not expect that. But, I mean, I'd say he did pretty good mid-game. The problem was the Soviet player did really well at keeping his units alive, got more units to counteract his, and while Massive Invasion did great defensively, he never could attack. He never did well offensively. And he did weird moves like, why would you keep placing these headquarter buildings? Why? That's 240 fuel down the drain. You could have got King Tiger 5 minutes ago, and that could have literally owned all these Su-85s. Like, he would roll up, boom, boom, take everything out, stroll up through, and just murder. And there would be nothing he can do. Sure, eventually he could probably put down this headquarters building, but a King Tiger's a King Tiger. It would have helped you. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, he did place mine, so actually maybe not. Whatever. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you send those replays and subscribe this video if you do like it. In any case, I'll see you next time.